Hollywood had turned its back on Clint Eastwood. The man who once ruled the silver screen, the gunslinger, the anti-hero, the legend, was now just an aging shadow in an industry obsessed with youth. At 80, his last few films had flopped. The calls stopped coming. The same studios that once begged for his talent now saw him as a relic of the past. One evening, Clint sat alone in his dimly lit study in Carmel by the sea, staring at an unopened letter that had been sitting on his desk for weeks. No return address, just his name in bold, shaky handwriting. Something told him this letter was different. Finally, with a deep breath, he tore it open. "Mr. Eastwood, you don't know me, but I know you, and because of you, I'm still alive. It's time I return the favor." At the bottom, a name. A name Clint hadn't heard in decades. The letter transported Clint back 40 years, to a late-night shoot in the pouring rain, a young, terrified film student hovering near the set of Dirty Harry. Clint had found the kid shivering, staring at the crew, too scared to approach. Instead of shooing him away, Clint had walked up and asked, "Kid, what's your dream?" The boy had stammered, "To be a director, but I don't belong here." Clint had chuckled and said, "Hollywood's not a place, it's a mindset. If you believe you don't belong, you never will. Just go out there and make your damn movie." A simple sentence, one Clint barely remembered saying. But to that boy, it had meant everything. Now that same boy, now a powerful studio executive, was offering Clint a script. A Western, his last chance at a comeback. Clint hesitated. Could he really do this again? Hollywood had changed, the industry had moved on, and worst of all, what if he failed? Days passed. He tried to ignore the letter, but something inside him burned, the same fire that had once made him the king of the Wild West. So, against all odds, Clint picked up the phone. "Let's make a damn movie." The studio didn't believe in the project. They called it a risky investment. A Western with an 80-year-old lead? Unheard of. They slashed the budget, limited promotions. And when filming started, people whispered that Clint had lost his touch. But Clint Eastwood had spent his whole life proving people wrong. He directed with the same fire, the same raw passion he had in his youth. Every scene, every frame, he poured his soul into it. He wasn't just making a film. He was making a statement. The night of the premiere, Clint sat in the back of the theater, heart pounding. As the final scene faded to black, there was silence. Then, thunderous applause. Critics called it a masterpiece. Fans wept. The media hailed it as Clint Eastwood's ultimate comeback. The old cowboy had done it, but as he turned to leave, he noticed someone standing in the shadows. A young filmmaker, nervous, script in hand. Their eyes met. The kid hesitated before whispering, "Mr. Eastwood, how do you know when it's time to stop?" Clint smiled, remembering the words he once gave a scared film student decades ago. "You don't." And with that, he took the script. Because legends don't retire. They reload.